Crow, you're recognized for a closing statement.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you all to the witnesses. This was a really important discussion, and thank you again to the folks in the audience for your service and sacrifice in a lot of different and very important ways. I wanted to just discuss for a moment something that General Sadat said, and you made a really important comment, General. And behind that comment was this idea that over 20 years, United States, had 100,000 troops there at one point. We tried many different strategies, many different approaches. I will ardently push back all the time on anybody that says that the Afghans were not willing to fight for their country. I mean, that is an absurd comment, and it's one that deserves to be called out whenever it's said, because I don't need to tell you all the heart, the grit, the sacrifice, how many of your brothers and sisters gave everything for your country. So it wasn't that. It wasn't the lack of a willingness of the Afghans to fight. So it really was this issue of politics. It really was this issue of the message that was being sent and the lack of an ability to have a viable political process that set the Afghan government up for success. And for me, the conclusion to that is that that whole problem happened way before April 2021. And again, my criticisms and critiques of the manner of the withdrawal are well documented, right? There were a lot of problems. I've been very clear about that, and we owe it to people to make sure we're correcting those, and that in the future, God forbid if we're ever in a situation of conducting a NEO of that magnitude again, that we fix it, and we do it better, and we do it differently. But the concrete had hardened so much by that point from a political perspective that from the Taliban's point of view, it was very clear America was done. It was clear we were going to leave. At some point or another, it was clear probably years ago that was going to happen, which put everybody in an untenable situation. I've learned to take people's word in this business, that a lot of times if you actually listen to them, they'll just tell you, right? So I wanted to go back to the former president. This is former President Trump at a rally in Ohio on June 26, 2021. This is what he said. I started the process. All the troops are coming back home. They couldn't stop the process. 21 years is enough, don't we think? 21 years. They couldn't stop the process. They wanted to, but it was very tough to stop the process. Message after message, time and again, it was clear to the Taliban the way this was going to go. I am sorry to all of you, to my Afghan brothers and sisters. You deserve better, and I am willing to talk with my colleagues here and to continue to talk with all of you about what we can do to keep the faith and to move forward, because there are things that we can do. This is a story that I don't believe is done. And we will continue to work with you on that. And one other call here, in addition to our policy with regard to Afghanistan, is we have obligations that we have not yet fulfilled to those who are still left behind, our partners and our brothers and sisters who are seeking refuge, who are hiding, who every day are fearing for their lives. We must pass the Afghan Allies Protection Act to expand the Special Immigrant Visa Program, to expand the P1 and P2 programs, to streamline that process, and to do everything possible to continue evacuations from Afghanistan to get people to safety. That is our obligation. And in addition to that, we must pass the Afghan Allies Adjustment Act to make sure that those who we have got out of Afghanistan have a clear path to start a new life in the United States, because they will be incredible citizens. They will be incredible parts of our community. I know it. They're my neighbors already in many respects, and we owe it to them. And so with that, I yield back.